Zwischenzug. What is Zwischenzug? Okay. Whether you call it Zwischenzug from German, Intermezzo from Italian, or intermediate move, or just an in-between move, it's all the same thing. It's a very common tactic that you need to know because it happens in almost all chess games. Zwischenzug is when a player, instead of playing the expected move, often a recapture, plays another move that makes an immediate threat that the opponent must answer before playing the original expected move. So you can see, look at the position here. What is looking the obvious move for black? The obvious move is rook capture bishop. But what can black do instead of capturing this bishop right now? Black can try this move. Knight to the center. Okay, with the idea of knight e3, check, winning the queen. Black can play here. Sorry, black to play here. And black can play here knight to d5. When king goes here, all right. Now this is the best square for the knight. Then we can capture the advantage. Who has advantage? Obviously, the black has advantage. Now, what can we do here? You know what can we do here? We are black. So instead of playing the obvious looking move, queen capture bishop, what can black do? Black can do this check. We are learning Zwischenzug and or in between move. They all are same. A Zwischenzug that is also a check is called a Zwischenchach. Zwischenchen check or simply an in between check instead of recapturing with queen capture bishop on b4 immediately. Find the Zwischenchach in this Samuel Rosenthal, Cecil Valentine de Vere game from 1867. So instead of capturing this bishop, black can play rook c1 check. Okay, we break the castle. What is the advantage we get here? We break the castle, and now we can capture the rook. We are going to play f2, and when queen captures the rook, then we can capture it, and we have better position.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is
you
there
can.
is there any way that you can defend from Zwischenzug?
If you are black here, so sometimes you have okay an obvious looking move, but instead of that move, you can play this check. Okay, instead of playing queen cross b4 check, you can play rook c1 check to break the castle.
Yes, but my question was that can you defend from like if someone has been like Zwischenzug, then can you defend it?
Obviously not. If your opponent is making, for example, if you're white, and if your opponent is giving you check, then you have no option to escape the check instead of moving the king and breaking the castle. Okay. If you are in a losing situation and your opponent is very smart, okay, he can play this check. You have to move your king. When you move your king, your opponent can definitely capture rook to rook. When you capture, your opponent can take it. He has advantage. You can also take advantage in this situation if you know the technique of in between move. Just if you have learned before. Hope you get it.
Now I get it.
Next, we have this position here. Instead of taking this rook, or instead of capturing queen to queen, what is the best move here for white? The best move here for white is white can take this pawn first with the idea of, what is the idea of bishop cross g7 check. Okay, and after queen f6, queen capture queen, checkmate. Right. So white has this idea to check after queen f6, queen capture queen, checkmate. All right. Now, what can black player do? Black cannot think about to save the rook. If black does here bishop b7, okay, white should not take this rook right now. Instead of taking this rook, white should take the another pawn here, check. And after that, you should not take right now this obvious looking move because this check is coming. It is looking dangerous for you. You can go this check and block the when it blocks. Instead of capturing rook to rook or bishop to rook, what can white do here? You know, Dhyan, we can move our queen to e5 square because if rook captures queen, then we have rook to rook check. We are winning rook, and then after we are going to capture bishop to queen. So we should play here queen b5. When rook captures rook, it's okay. If black captures 5 points, we can capture here 9 points. This is the advantage of doing Zwischenzug. Next, we have this situation. What is the best move here for white? You know what can white play here? White should first attack the rook by sacrificing this bishop here. Okay, why we are sacrificing? Because if pawn captures the bishop, we have knight captures pawn, attacking the rook with knight and checkmating idea. Okay, if your opponent does not capture this bishop with pawn, if it goes here, then we can simply take this pawn now. So here the obvious looking move was bishop, bishop captures pawn. But before capturing this, it's good for white to remove the rook from this square. White should play this and then this, and then white can play here knight to 6 to attack the rook. Okay, when queen pins your knight, then you should not take the rook right now. Instead of, you can play here bishop capture pawn, discover checkmate idea. And pawn push, black is defending this bishop, so you cannot checkmate right now. Because if you capture the bishop, queen will capture the queen. It will be equal exchange. So white can go here even, queen h4 with the idea of checkmate. And if black pushes the pawn one step ahead, white should simply take. Hope you understand Zwischenzug.
Can you just do one more example? Just one.
Look at this position again. Instead of capturing this bishop, black should move knight to d5 with the idea of knight e3 check, winning the queen. Okay, when white king moves here, we have knight on the center. Now we can capture the bishop, and black has because black knight is here. It's okay if pawn bishop captures the pawn. So the obvious looking move is queen capture bishop check. But instead of capturing this bishop, you should play this check. And then you can exchange rook to rook with the idea of rook f2, pinning the queen. So black should capture rook to rook. When queen captures your rook, now you can capture this bishop and check. You have better position. Okay, here what to do? Instead of taking the rook, first white should take a pawn for free. And after that, white can take the second pawn for free. And before capturing this, we should make this check and then capture the rook. And you know the answer of this. If you want to capture this rook right now, this will capture. Before capturing this rook, white should go here to sacrifice the queen. Rook captures. If rook captures queen, then that rook check was coming. And if rook captures rook, we have bishop captures queen. And it's winning position for white. Here we play bishop e6. And then we take the pawn now. And we play knight e6. And it is solved. Okay, Dhyan. Thank you.